the whole world and then loses his own soul. You know, you and I have a never-dying soul. It's an incredible thing. We're not creatures, we're not animals. We are a human being with special creation of God, a responsible creation of God. God made us to have fellowship with himself. God made us also as accountable human beings who will stand before him one day and give an account of their life. And it was that the Lord Jesus made reference to in this sensational saying. What will it profit a man, he said, if a man gains the whole world and loses his own soul? I don't know about you, but I spent the early part of my life basically studying and learning and slotting up so that I could make something of this life. And I didn't do too badly. But the question of the Lord Jesus is very striking. What would it profit me if I gained the whole world? What would it profit me if I became a doctor? What would it have profited me if I had so many medals that I couldn't pin them all on my chest, or so many certificates and degrees that I couldn't post them all on the wall? What would that profit me when I stand before God and he asks a question? In that life that I gave you, what did you do with Jesus, my son, who came and died for you? Now, you're going to have to stand one day before God. We all are. And that question's going to be asked, what did you do in your life with the Lord Jesus Christ, my son, who came into this world to die for you? You know, God deliberately has made the Lord Jesus to be judge of all. He's committed all judgment into his hands. So the one who died for you to save you, the one who lived this life that you couldn't live because he loved you so much, the one who was able to recognize all the sins that you and I have committed and pin them on himself, effectively, so that you need not face it. When he stands before you and says, what did you do with the provision I made for you so that you could enter heaven and spend eternity with me? What did you do with it? I wouldn't like to be in the position when someone says I was too busy, or my wife wouldn't let me, or my friends might have laughed at me, or I didn't want to give up my Sundays. I would hate to be in a position like that. Every one of us, you know, it's a frightening prospect, but we've got to get used to it. I've got to stand before God as a naked, guilty, trembling spirit, all memory, all consciousness, never for one moment throughout the whole eternity to be able to forget the absolute accumulated burden of sins that we have committed whilst in this life. We are responsible creatures. That's the idea of the tree of good, of the knowledge of good and evil. We know the difference between good and evil. God has made us with a conscience. Sometimes people, to use a biblical word, authorize it. I don't understand how people can basically organize wars and kill one another without any sense of shame or without any sense of responsibility or care for others. We can cauterize our conscience. We can make it so it doesn't trouble us anymore. But God has still given us it. And we know the difference between right and wrong. And we do know, whether we like to admit it or not, that there is a holy God who also knows the difference between right and wrong. And he has made us responsible people. We have incredible brains. We have incredible opportunities. You know that as well as I do. We can do things that no animal could possibly do. We're responsible with incredible abilities. And God says you will give an account of how you use those abilities to me. Give an account of your stewardship is the way the Bible puts it. We have ability. We have